Yo, today's encouragement is CPR. CPR. This encouragement is centered around, comes from a book called, it's either Crucial or Critical Accountability. And it's centered around how to handle accountability within our teams. And there's a short acronym, CPR, to help us focus on what's important. A lot of times accountability is tough. We all have different reasons or fears or things we're self-conscious about holding our team accountable. And I haven't fully fleshed this out, but I like this concept. The C stands for content, and it is when the infraction occurs, we address it, and we just address the specific thing. You were late. Hey, I noticed you were late today. What's going on? Anything I need to know? Let's try to be on time. I'm simplifying for the sake of time. But it's just the facts. What happened? We address the content of what happened. The P, which this comes next, right? So these follow in order. The P is a pattern. They've now been late 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And we address the fact that it's now become a pattern. Hey, I noticed that you've been late several times the last couple of weeks. What's going on? I know we spoke a few weeks ago about being on time. Talk me through what's going on. And this is now becoming a pattern. I want to make sure this doesn't continue and that everything's okay. So content first. If it becomes a pattern, then we call it out as such. And the R stands for either relationship or like the result. So you could address like, hey, here's what this ongoing pattern of behavior has done, either to me and you in our relationship or within the team. So for example, hey, we spoke a few weeks ago about being on time, and we spoke last week about continued tardiness. Now here's the outcome of that, right? Like when you're late, the team can't leave without you, and people don't feel like they can rely on you when you're late every time. Or when you're late, I have a hard time thinking I can trust you to do what you say, especially after we've talked about this several times. Here's the result of that. Now I'm having a hard time thinking that I can trust you for other things. When you're late, it shows the customer that we don't value their time, and that impacts our business pretty significantly. So you highlight either the result of this infraction or how it impacts the relationship. So content, pattern, relationship. It's a good framework, I think, to help us focus on what's most important at each sort of mile marker, if you will, while we're holding people accountable. And in some ways, it can help take out some of the emotion. Give ourselves a little bit of a script to hold accountable. I will say it's important that we don't try and do all that at once. So we don't want to wait 3 or 4 months to address an issue and then try to say, well, you did this and then you did it more times and this is how it made me feel, or this is the result of that. It's important that we address it when it happens, content. We address it when it happens, ongoing pattern, and then as it continues, we address the bigger issue, which is how it impacts, team, customer, relationship, result, whatever. But you don't want to wait and have one big conversation at the end, because there's all kind of reasons or excuses or things that might come up when you do it that way. Not the least of which is your own pent up frustration or emotion. So for the sake of you and the employee or the team member and the team, have the courage and now the outline, if you choose to use it, to address these things as they happen. Hey, as always, I'm pulling for you. Look forward to talking to you next time.